is a scary enemy. Might as well do it now. Oh my gosh. Yeah, top out clearly. Jeez. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, and well, welcome back to Lost Judgment. I hope you guys are doing fantastic today. And before I start, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has clicked on any of my videos. I do notice it and I do greatly appreciate it. And I'm really thankful for what you have done so far in helping me. Anyways, I'll leave a link to the last video that I made for this game. And if you haven't already, I'll leave it to the top right so you can see it. Alright, so we're going to be going to a familiar place if you have seen the first series, which is Judgment. This is the Gendai law office. So let's see our old friends here. You have Genda, obviously. Toshiro. Sari's in here. I'm not sure if there's anyone new, but I'm pretty sure it's those three so far.
This is Genda Law, where I got my start as a lawyer. The owner, Genda Sensei, is like a father to me. He's been a well-respected figure in Kamurocho for years. Genda Sensei... Huh? Where is everyone?
Oh, Saura-kun and company are down at the courthouse. Those two are always putting in a hard day's work.
It's good to see you.
I believe we met the other day. It was that con artist case. How'd it go? Did Yagami get that solved for you? He goes all in on his cases, but that's about his only redeeming quality.
Yeah, he's really gone above and beyond.
Sorry to impose, Genda Sensei, but can Keiko-san stay here a while?
Fine by me. It was getting a little too quiet around here anyway.
Alright, time to bust some heads. Let's go. Oh, wait, to talk to Genda, never mind.
Speaking of which, it's rare to see the office this empty. You guys working a big case?
Yeah. Big enough to keep Saori-kun and Hoshino-kun out of trouble, I suppose.
It's not a murder case, is it?
No, it's an anti-nuisance ordinance violation.
Huh? Oh, you mean...
It's a groping case?
She's a smart one. This happened 2 months back. Some good Samaritans at a train station pinned down a groper who was trying to make a getaway. Wouldn't you know it, the culprit was a cop, of all things. Makes you wonder what this world's coming to. Naturally, the press had a field day with it. It was all you saw on the news for a while.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that. It was all over the internet. Anything that stops the trains during rush hour makes the news.
It was all they talked about. Probably because he was a policeman.
The judge is handing down the verdict today, and I don't expect he'll be pleased with it. Every answer he's given has been, I don't recall. Like that'll do him any good.
Stop that man! That man's a groper! Stop him! Stop him!
I didn't do it! Let go! Hey, let me go! Someone help! Get a station car!
This man grabbed me on the train! He put his hand up my skirt!
No! You're wrong! You got the wrong guy!
Stop struggling, asshole!
Let me go!
The cops can check your hands to see if you did it or not. We'll be here any second now, so just chill out!
Hey! Are you filming this? Put that camera away!
Ehara-san, do you mind sitting up straight in court, please? A bad attitude isn't going to do you any favors.
Does it even matter? It's over. The verdict has already been decided.
Your demeanor still has consequences. The worse things are looking for you, the better an impression you need to make.
Leave an impression. Well, if I were the judge, I'd be happy about having an easy day on the job for once.
This is no time to be cynical either. Besides, the judge hasn't...
It's decided. Guilty is charged. This also means it's almost time for the curtain to fall until the grand finale.
What?
And so, let's get this show on the road.
All rise.
Well, like I said, we should have a verdict coming down today. We only really needed Saori-kun at the bench, but Hoshino-kun insisted on joining her.
Truth be told, I still can't tell when he's trying to help or when he's trying to impress her.
Then he'll need to pull out all the stops. Saori-kun's no slouch. Plus, she's got ice in her veins.
Speaking of, how'd you end up on the hook for defending an active duty officer?
Well, another firm had it on their plate first, actually. Kamurocho PD, they have their go-to guys. The plan was to get a confession, earning the defendant a nice retirement package and a simple case dismissed.
You mean he'd be found innocent?
Bottom line, yeah. On the condition he left the force anyway.
Correct. But the plan fell apart when the cop kept insisting he didn't do it, in spite of the evidence stacked against him. So, once Kamurocho PD's lawyers decided to throw in the towel, the case went straight to Saori-kun, who just happened to take the call.
Huh. Makes sense.
I'm sure they'll be back soon if you wanted to stick around.
I would, but I gotta tie up a few loose ends. But let us know if any new requests come in.
Restless as always. You ever heard of a vacation, Yagami?
That's exactly why I turned my hobby into a job. Besides, I like staying busy.
Fine. You never did listen to your elders.
Anyway, I shouldn't keep Kaito-san waiting. Thanks again for looking after Keiko-san.
Alright. Talk to Kaito. Okay, let's go. So the last part where he says something about the curtain fall, that sounds very alarming. So we'll see what happens with that part. I'm not sure if anything bad will happen to them.
Ready to wreck shop talk? Not gonna be any bottles of beer on the wall when we're done.
Let's get to work.
That's what I'm talking about.
Still waiting where the other guys are, like Segura and... I forgot his other name. Hishino? We'll figure it out.
Well, this the dump you brought Keiko-chan to?
It is! So could you please just let me go?
Not a chance. You get a front row seat for when your boss shows up.
What are you, crazy? He'd murder me on the spot! Then he'd murder you two for dessert!
Huh. He's that scary, huh?
Yes, actually. Not to mention all his boys.
All the more reason to put him in his place. Pricks like that need to learn how to treat a lady.
Agreed. Oh, hold on. Sugiura.
Really? Oh, could he choose a worse fucking time? Talk about a buzzkill.
Hey there. Miss me?
Jeez, it's been what, half a year? Everything good over there?
Good as it gets.
Well, I've got some good news of my own I wanted to give you, man. Tsukumo-kun and I have our very own detective agency.
Wait, are you saying you started a detective agency? Meaning, now you're a detective?
Yep, got our own office and everything. It's in Yokohama. Didn't want to muscle in on your turf.
Man, I don't know what to say. Oh, and by Tsukumo, you mean...
The one and only. At least, the only one I know. Thought his hacking might give us an edge. Never figured he and I were on the same wavelength about stuff.
You want to wrap this up, Talk?
Anyway, we got a pretty big case. And to be honest, we're in a little over our heads. So that got me thinking, why don't we call up the pros so they can show us how it's done?
Do you need an answer right away? We're in the middle of the usual.
Oh yeah? more sneaky shit?
Yep, I'll tell you all about it later.
Oh, come on. Give me just a hint.
Sorry, buddy.
You all set? Huh. Then let's roll.
As if I was talking about Segura and then he showed up. So Como, though, I didn't expect him to work with him. I'm ready to crack some skulls, guys. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. This is gonna be fun, to be honest.
Kosuke, care to explain what the fuck's going on?
It's, not what you think.
We're here on account of a woman named Keiko Hamada. She says she's been threatened by an illegitimate business.
Oh, I see. You're the guy who had this dipshit's phone.
Yagami Detective Agency, at your service.
Yagami Detective? Yo, wait a sec. You the kid Matsugane-san took in?
There, you see? I told you people have heard of us.
Huh.
As for me, the name's Kaito. Used to wear the Matsukage myself.
Oh, I've heard plenty about you. You're a real celebrity, buddy.
A man's gotta have a reputation, right?
Masaharu Kaito. Ugly as an ape and just as dumb. Lets an amateur thief get the drop on him, then forks over the family safe. Yeah, you're a real legend.
Don't talk like you were there, jackass. You want an ape? I'm about to go ape shit here.
Come on, man. Don't give him what he wants.
Fuckhead.
Now that we're past introductions, we're here to get Keiko-san's money. And we'll be tacking on our fee on top of that. Just business. I'm sure you understand.
Hear that, boys? The detectives come to collect. You know the best part of breaking ranks with the Tojo clan? The freedom. No more paying cuts to guys upstairs. Makes us even tougher. And guess what I spent the cash on? The walls. Now, this is damn good soundproofing. Meaning whatever goes on inside, stays inside. You'll find out just how convenient that is.
You hear that, Kaito-san? He says we're free to cut loose.
Oh yeah. Best news I've heard all day. I'm gonna open up a can of...
Hey, hold that thought a minute.
Greetings, Yagami-shi. Did Sugiura-shi call you a second ago?
He did, but look, Tsukumo, now's really not a good time.
Oh, so you really are just busy? He said you hung up on him, so I wanted to make sure. He didn't offend you, did he? I'd hate to think he upset you, you know? But if so, we didn't mean it. On behalf of both of us, I offer my profuse apologies.
Yep, no offense taken, man.
But you see my point, right? Sugiura-shi and I are a team. Our actions reflect on each other. Any responsible member of a company, any responsible member of society, it's a matter of respect.
Okay, I get the picture. We'll continue this later.
Okay, but when is later? Should I call you back? If you have an estimate, I can set a timer. That way I'll know when it's convenient.
Right, where do we leave off?
You gotta be shitting me!
Yeah, pretty lame talk.
That's it. You jokers are dead meat!
I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty funny. Alright, skills enhance your playstyle. Improve your arsenal and get stronger by opening up your pause menu, selecting skill app. Okay, this is something we have already occurred multiple times in the previous game. So when you do the platinum, you have to get all the skills, which is not hard in the long scheme of things because I had to do 3 playthroughs. Because I did the first playthrough with you guys, right? And in this game, there are missable trophies. I'm not sure in this one, but I'm gonna not hold my breath. I'm pretty sure there will be missable trophies. With that being said, I'll play this again, right? And I'll play this again probably on easy, as there's no need to play on hard, especially on the second time around, just because I want to collect everything. I don't want to make it harder for me already. So my understanding is this: I'm gonna play it, and then what I'm gonna do essentially is do all the missile trophies, and then play it again, because the last time I played it, I had to play it in very hard mode, and that was kind of easy because I was already full of skills. But my only gripe was when I was playing it, the last boss, which I'm not going to spoil if you haven't played it, was really hard. It actually gave me a lot of trouble because the damage and all that was really insane. Like, I had a lot of health kits and all that, but damn, was it still tough. Easy fight, by the way. I like the new mechanics when you turn them around.
I just wanted to thank the both of you for all you've done.
I'm just glad to hear they got your money back. These two are something, huh?
Oh, yes. I don't know how I could possibly repay them.
Don't worry about it. Besides, those thugs paid our service fee and then some.
Nice of them to eat the cost, huh?
Beg your pardon?
Oh, nothing.
I take it all back. Anyway, what happened to the crooks?
If they're smart, they're skipping town. Doubt they'd reopen after how bad we wrecked the place. As for Kosuke, I made sure to tip his college off about his little side business. Should help him rethink his life choices. So I'd say this case is closed.
Well, I've sure learned my lesson. It's a scary world out there.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm. From now on, I choose the place when meeting boys online. And I should probably change dating apps while I'm at it.
That's your big takeaway? Really, Keiko-chan? You're laying this all on the app, not the sketchy internet dudes.
Oh, I don't think so at all. Plenty of people these days meet their match online.
It's true, Kaito-san. Apparently that's a thing now.
You see, if you don't seize the opportunity when it knocks, it won't be just the times that leave you behind.
Fine, fine. Hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Interesting way to say bye to someone.
Saori-san and Hoshino-kun sure are taking their sweet time.
Now that you mention it, they should have left the courtroom a while ago.
Maybe they stopped for a quickie somewhere.
There's nothing between those two. Nothing real, anyway. These old eyes can tell that much.
Wisdom comes with age, huh?
Damn right it does. And I've got more than you kids on both counts.
You talking about Matsugane-san?
Yep. The lawyer and the Yakuza. Best of both worlds. Though we came from different backgrounds, we were brothers in arms. Both trying to make it in Kamurocho. You two ought to visit his grave every now and again.
We will.
That goes without saying.
Well, I guess we should get going.
I guess so.
Thanks for having us on such short notice. Oh, and give the two lovebirds our regards.
All rise.
The court is prepared to issue its verdict. The sentence for the defendant, Akihiro Ehara, is 6 months of penal servitude.
He's getting prison time for his first offense? Isn't it usually just probation in cases like this?
Yes.
I'm sure his attitude didn't help the situation. From the start, the evidence was stacked against him, and all he did was deny it.
If that will be all, we can proceed with the court's rationale. The defendant may be seated. You'd rather hear this standing up?
Your Honor, in a warehouse, about 3 days ago, a body turned up in Yokohama. Oh, maybe you hadn't heard that.
What?
What the hell? What is he talking about?
I don't know.
I'll take that as a no. In that case, make sure you pass this along to the Kanagawa police. They'll want to know that the body belongs to a guy named Hiro Mikoshiba. 4 years ago, this man took my son from me by driving him to commit suicide. He deserved to die 1,000 times, but he was never even accused of a crime. No, he just went on with his life. The law let him walk. An utterly broken system.
Order in the court. The defendant shall refrain from making such outbursts. Defense, do you have an explanation for the meaning of this?
Your Honor, we, well...
That's really weird.
How's that for an honest day's work? I just want to go put my feet up in the office.
Sounds like a plan. I need to get back to Sugiura, too. He was telling us about a big job.
You mean a big job for us?
Yeah, down in Yokohama. By the way, Sugiura and Tsukumo, they're detectives now.
Those two detectives? Good one, Ty. Wait, you serious?
This game's absolute bullshit. It's like it's designed to eat your money.
Yeah, what a fucking scam.
Fuck this. I'm beyond pissed. I need to unload on someone's face.
Hell yeah, dude. Why don't we go give some asshole a game over?
You know I'm always down.
See, local punks are cheerful as always. Better not stick out. These guys are looking for an excuse to pick a fight. Alright, gangsters don't ask questions when the going gets tough. Sometimes you'll encounter an unusual powerful enemy on the streets. And there's battle rewards, etc. Okay, so this is like the list. Which is not fun because that means we're gonna get all the achievements.
Let's hit it.
Alright. So, just get my bearing straight. Okay. Same as usual, we can just run like this. Nothing biggie here. This is honestly the same concept as the previous game in terms of the map. Some of these items look the same to me. And we're getting items early on. I think when we started this game, maybe it's just me, but I didn't really necessarily find items on the floor till like chapter 3 or 4. I don't know about you guys. You'll notice also like I stutter a lot in this game. Like my guy stutters a lot. You see him like kind of slowing down and speeding up. Somehow this joystick I'm using is not, something about it is not working. So it kind of sucks. I do have 2 controllers, so I usually charge one while the other one's, well, being used. At the time being, the only thing that sucks about this joystick, like you can see I'm stuttering right there. The only thing that sucks about it, when I do lock picking, you'll notice that sometimes the joystick will like flutter a lot, which is not good for lock picking because you have to be extra cautious. Alright, so we're here at the Yagami Detective Agency.
This is the Yagami Detective Agency. I run the place with the help of my partner, an ex-Yakuza named Kaito. I wish I could say keeping this place afloat was smooth sailing. But the reality is, we'd be drowning if it weren't for the gigs we get from Genda-sensei. It's not like we don't have the technology. But when street smarts fail, most of the time we have to get physical. That happens a lot.
I find it funny that he was playing with the freaking drone. I kind of wish that some stuff would trade over from the previous game, but it makes sense. You know, you got to start from scratch here.
Guess we can finally take a breather. Weren't you supposed to call Sugiura?
I was, wasn't I? Crazy how he ended up in our line of work.
After seeing us in action, who could blame him?
Yagami-san, everything okay over there?
Yeah, sorry, it's a long story. You were saying something about a big case?
Oh, yeah. Listen, man, you gotta come check out Yokohama. We've been getting jobs left and right down here. And if we can ace this case I've got lined up, we'll be the hottest detectives in town.
Oh yeah? You sure it's a legit lead?
Hey, have some faith. Would I waste your time on a bad lead?
Just looking out for you, man.
Well, I do appreciate that. Then, should I save the details for when I see you?
Sure. When do you want us over?
Honestly, ASAP. Tomorrow if you can swing it. We're based in Ijincho. Look for an office that says Yokohama 99 out front. That's us. The real question is, you free on such short notice?
Let me check my schedule.
What schedule? Outside of today's shit, we haven't had work in weeks.
If I tell them that, they'll lowball our cut, smart guy.
Oh, right. Guess we don't want to look desperate.
Sorry, Sugiura. Yeah, tomorrow works just fine.
Perfect. Man, this is gonna be so great. Oh, and Kaito-san's coming too, right?
He'll be there.
See you guys soon then.
Sugiura said he'd give us the details when we get there.
Huh. Way to build the suspense.
Yokohama, though. Can't say I'm really familiar with that neck of the woods.
Same here.
But you know what? Kamurocho has been pretty tame lately. Maybe this is our chance to broaden our horizons.
I'm pretty sure we'll be going to like a new map. Oh, look at that. They just go right to like a credit scene. So if you remember in the previous game, they did the same thing here where they had kind of like a little cutscene and showcased like who's going to be the main characters in the game. Looks like we're going to a new place, so I'm really excited for that. Oh, there's our friends. Got Homie, Sakuma, Sigura. It's good to see some old characters. We're not going to see some of them as they might not be making it. Another guy, new. So this guy's going to be here for a little bit, it seems like, because he's up in court, but there's some reason behind it. And it has to do something with this, apparently. I'm looking forward to this game, and I hope you guys do too, because in games like these, like, the beating up system is really fun, right? I think it's fun for me, at least. Because it feels like you're against the world, 1v like 10, for example. So it's going to be interesting, to say the least, when we get to kicking some butt. Oh, there's a couple of familiar faces as well. Gendai. The Beast himself. I like these little like photo shoot shots they have of them. That's pretty cool. I'm not sure if these characters, like the ones we're seeing without the names, will be more well known throughout the story, but we'll probably figure it out as we go. Oh, it's gonna be an awesome game. I can't wait to play this whole thing for you guys. I really hope you guys enjoy it too. It's been something that I've been... Again, I didn't plan on playing it so early, but to be honest, I didn't have anything lined up, so it's the game to play. Black Sheep. I thought we finished chapter 1. Maybe I'm just mistaken. Maybe that was like a prelude or something. Anyways, not a big deal really. Just wasn't sure, because when I saved it before, it was still a chapter 1. Look at that. Oh, this is the same world as it was for Yakuza Like a Dragon, actually. Makes sense because this game came out in 2021 while Judgment came out in 2018.
Yokohama 99's cross streets. Aw, it's not even close to Chinatown. So much for us getting a decent meal on this trip, huh?
Well, then how about on the way home we take ourselves a little detour? Maybe.
Tsukumo's place is way out there. Want to take a taxi?
I suppose we could. But why don't we hoof it? Yeah, we could see the sights.
I guess I'm on board with that.
There's a couple of detectives on the case, really. It's gonna be really fun to play in a new area. I was actually hoping we would be in a new area. So yeah, like I said, Yakuza Like a Dragon, the same concept was in this one, where they had this map as the main map for Yakuza Like a Dragon. And I'm really excited to be here because it brings back some memories of Yakuza Like a Dragon. It was really fun. The system was different than the previous games of the Yakuza series. It's a turn-based rather than just a beat 'em up. As you can see, I'm stuttering like crazy. I can't, the joystick, something's wrong with it. I'm not even sure what's going on. It's unfortunate, really, too.
Yo, hold up a sec, Talk. Nonsense over there.
That's not what I said. What'd you call me? What the? Hey, what are you filming me for? Knock it off!
Chill out, man. Why do you care? I don't see anything that says I can't record here.
Enough! Stop!
Just give me a reason. You have one? It's a free country, isn't it?
Whoa! Hey! What gives? You just kicked my sign over!
Ah, that was the wind, man. A big old gust just came through, right?
Yeah, crazy. Just now it whooshed right over.
I told you! Put that down! Come on!
Kids don't seem to give any fucks about people these days.
Agreed. So much for seeing the sights, huh?
Well, you're thinking what I'm thinking, aren't you?
Do you have to ask?
So, anything else you want to accuse us of? I'd say you must be losing it, Pops.
You goddamn brats!
I got that one. He called us goddamn brats. You picking on high schoolers, man?
No, I just don't want you loitering in front of my store. That's all I said, okay? So stop disturbing my customers.
That part's not gonna make the video.
Wow, is that one of those new smartphone models? May I?
What the hell?
Damn, the camera on this thing's amazing, man. Your parents buy it for you?
Holy crap, he kicked Sakaki down.
You must be seeing things, kid. Anyway, your smartphone's kind of dirty, don't you think? Let me see.
Hey! Give me my phone back!
You want it back? I'll give it back, but only if you put this poor restaurant owner's sign back up first.
Asshole. You think you can fuck with us? We're gonna kick your ass!
I mean, we're not gonna be kicking some high schoolers down, right? These gotta be some like college kids. That would feel weird. Oh, some new stance. What the heck? Snake style. Snake style focuses on swift flowing strikes and counter attacks. It works especially well against those carrying weapons. Press L right before an enemy attacks to deflect it. This could be interesting. I'm gonna learn here. Shoot, that's so cool. What the frig? Okay, so let's go like this against enemies with attacks. Okay. So this style essentially would help me more with enemies with weapons. I don't see any of them with weapons, unfortunately. I like how Kaito's messing with the other one over there. I'm just guarding until this thing, you know, says 5 out of 5. Taking a sweet time. Press L1 as an enemy attacks. Okay, I get it now. Got it. Let me try to time it right here. Try and time it. Press L1 just as the enemy attacks. Okay. Got it now. This is a scary enemy. Might as well do it now. Oh my gosh. Yeah, top out clearly. Jeez, I got an achievement called Merciful. I'm not gonna lie, the timing is not the best for me. Unless I have to be more... I don't know what the word is, but like I find that sometimes you need to time it exactly, but you can use a few seconds more if you have to. Okay, that's pretty sick. Come on now, that is so cool. This has become one of my favorite stances already. The attacking is not as good, but you can see the technique, right? Look at this. Boom. And just grabs and throws him down. That's freaking cool. Well done on this snake style. Very cool. It's very different too.
That stinks like a bitch! For fuck's sake, these guys are monsters!
Yo, was that Aikido just now? Oh, don't tell me you've been training at a secret dojo or something.
Just more of my own thing, really. Figured I'd find a way to hold back for punks like them. Here, this came from one of those kids. Your call what to do with it.
You really didn't have to, but thank you. Those were students from Serio High. You'd think private school kids would be better behaved, but they're just as immature.
like a bunch of entitled brats.
They'd learn some manners the hard way in Kamurocho.
Well, we've got our fair share of unsavory types. The Yakuza, not to mention those Yokohama Liumang gangsters. Those kids wouldn't dare to mess with them.
So they're selective about their targets.
Yes. They'll only harass you if they think they'll get away with it.
Think they'll be back for more?
I certainly hope not. But anyway, I sure am glad you stopped by. Come to think of it, you're the only ones who've ever intervened. I take it you're not from around here?
Yeah, but we might end up staying. For a while at least. Ever hear of a detective agency called Yokohama 99? We were on our way there right now.
I'm afraid that doesn't ring a bell.
That's all right. If anything, we should get going.
Sure. Oh, but before that, please take this with you. Consider it a token of my gratitude.
Sweet, we got a wristband. We got gear now? We didn't have gear last time, if I'm not mistaken. We just had, what do they call it? Disguises, really. That was really easy. I wish we had some, like, free meal from that. Quickly, though, before I continue, I'm not gonna finish just yet. I see the time, but I want to see how we can equip items, if possible, right now. So we can go here to gear, I guess. We do have disguises, so we do have a gear section here. Apparently have nothing. Oh, there we go. +3 attack. Okay. Whoa. Okay, we changed it up a little bit more in this game, do we now? That's actually pretty unique. It's different. There's a fight there to be had. Unfortunately, I don't think I can escape this one. I don't mind this. Like, really, like, what I want to do in these games is essentially just have a lot of fights. Let me just go to my favorite style here. I'm going way too fast. Because the other style is good. But with that being said, I think it's important if I take my time with other fights. And, well, for me, these fights are really easy. I don't think I have to think too hard when I'm using this style. This style is actually the best style, in my opinion. It's not the crane. What the heck is it called? I keep forgetting the name. Not the crane, not the snake, but the tiger style. That's what it is. And here's the office, if I'm not mistaken. At least I can't go in through there. There's gotta be another way, right? 1 second. There we go.
Yokohama 99. Yeah, that's the place.
Whoa, not too shabby, guys.
Cool. I feel like we've been here before. I'm not sure. Not in this game, obviously, but I feel like I've came across this in Yakuza Like a Dragon. I might be mistaken, though.
Yo. Ah, if it isn't the man of the hour, Yagami-shi.
Gentlemen, welcome. How are you?
This guy. First he falls off the radar. Now he's got this sweet office. Little shit.
You're still quick as a thief. Maybe a little quicker, actually.
Well, I'd say thief isn't very fair.
It was stealing.
Oh, come on. You know I wasn't doing it to line my own pockets, right? We took from the powerful and gave to the powerless. It was altruism. And it's all in the past now, so let's just leave it at that.
The place is nice, though. It's kind of familiar, even.
It should be. You're our inspiration, Yagami Detective Agency. You guys are the goal.
Huh. For sure. So, how about you guys take a load off? If you're ready, I'll give you guys the briefing.
Say what? A briefing, man?
Let him go over what we know.
I've actually got an agenda for today's meeting, too.
An agenda?
Just roll with it. Give him a chance. All the detective talk has made him go a little overboard. I'm sure it'll work itself out.
It's all good. Imitation really is the sincerest form of flattery.
To sum up why we called you, we've been seeing a major upward trend with these kinds of cases. What do you think? Care to take a wild guess?
I'll give you a hint. It's not a problem you'd find in Kamurocho.
So, it's specific to Yokohama?
I know. It's gang warfare. The outfits running Chinatown are at each other's throats, and you guys sort out the aftermath.
Well, we did just hear about the Yokohama Liumang. They're a gang, right?
Yeah, the Yokohama Liu whatever. Bet they're stirring up shit as we speak.
Actually, we haven't run into any gang-related activity at all. No, what we're dealing with isn't so conspicuous. I'll just tell you, it's bullying.
Bullying?
Sometimes parents ask us for evidence to prove their child was bullied. Fairly often, they want these bullies taken to court immediately.
They'll also want to hold the schools accountable, but none of that happens without solid proof.
How old are these kids?
Most of them are in middle school. Research shows that boys at that age experience a sudden spike in testosterone. This leads to outbursts to assert dominance, compounded by the irrationality of an immature brain. Scientifically, this potent mix of impulses often manifests as bullying.
Yeah, I call that puberty.
But that would apply specifically to boys, right? You're getting cases with girls involved too, aren't you?
Ah, with girls it's more likely rooted in oxytocin, a brain hormone that also has links to bullying. See, oxytocin fosters feelings of attachment, regardless of your gender. For instance, scientists have observed that a mother's oxytocin levels surge when looking at her child.
And then it's not always a bad thing, is what you're saying.
Indeed. Did you know it was oxytocin that enabled cooperation among our primitive ancestors? Ancient matriarchs were particularly vulnerable during childbirth, thus requiring communal support. So you could kinda say the survival and reproduction of our species was largely oxytocin at work. After all, raising a child in the wilderness would have been impossible alone. However, this intense social need bore a dark side. Individuals who failed to contribute were shunned and eventually condemned. Let's say there was a villager who never put in his fair share. All he did was eat the crops. If that became the norm, nobody would work until the village was on the brink of starvation.
And by then it'd be too late.
Precisely. That's why these offenders were punished. Primitive as it was, punishment equated to justice, a necessary measure for society's greater good. And societies with a stricter sense of justice were the ones who endured in the long run. To put this into focus, these people are our direct ancestors.
So from a science perspective, modern-day bullying is just primitive?
More like it's hardwired into our nature.
Hormones are fucked up, huh?
I wouldn't chalk it up to just that. However, we humans do tend to reject what's foreign to us. Whether we're socially awkward or simply misunderstood, those who don't conform are ostracized. That's how it's been since time immemorial. The misfits of civilization are deserving of punishment. All over the world, no matter where or when.
These are all reference material related to bullying.
Looks like you guys have been doing your homework.
Tsukumo-kun's the one hitting the books. I'm more in charge of the field work.
Makes sense.
If he's reading this much, the bullying problem really must be getting bad.
Here's another fun fact while we're at it. An act of betrayal also increases the human urge to punish the offender. In those cases, the act of punishment floods the brain with dopamine, triggering an instant rush of pleasure. In other words, serving justice can feel just as good as eating or having sex.
Sure, but that's where we have to draw the line. Justice can't be twisted into joy, or it stops serving its purpose.
Very perceptive, Yagami-shi.
So, back to reality. What's this big case that needs all the manpower?
Ah, yes. Our client is the chairman of a private school. He wants us to scour the campus for any and all instances of bullying, leaving no stone unturned. That said, he also requires us to be discreet.
How big is this school?
Let's see, there are 6 classes per grade, making 18 in total. So approximately 600 students. Given that, Sugiurashi and I couldn't possibly vet them alone.
We'll be meeting the chairman at a restaurant tonight to lay out the specifics. How about the two of you come join us? We could use the help.
Man, for a couple of rookies, you sure have it together.
You guys are free until dinner. Oh, we already made the reservations in Chinatown, by the way. Think of it as a little welcoming party. The restaurant's name is Kyoinro. If you could meet us there, that'd be great.
Sure. You didn't have to do that.
Sick. They were talking about having food at Chinatown anyway, so this works out very well for us. Alright. So, I do notice the time is coming up to be 45 or so. So what I'm going to do is probably just call it a video, guys. I know that we didn't necessarily have a lot of fights, but we did have a couple of encounters, which is fantastic. I think it's good that we have our, you know, hands tied here and there just to make sure we have some fun. Just want to make sure I'm going the right way. It's pretty far, actually. I will encounter these fights because I think early on, like in most games, you want to kind of, you know, get your feet wet. Essentially what I'm saying is you want to build up your XP, build up some skill points, and these guys will come off really easy. Come on, fight me. These guys will come off really easy in the beginning because, I mean, let's be honest, the fights in the beginning are very simple. But I just want to make sure I can get some XP, whether it's just a little bit, a lot, enough for me to kind of, you know, go through every fight without feeling like I need to level up some more. Because when I play games like this, I get a little bit, well, not overwhelmed when multiple fights are occurring at once.
Stay down.
At the end of Judgment, actually, I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a section where you won't necessarily be able to get any items, kits, etc. And you want to make sure you're prepared for whatever's going to come after you. So I have to make sure that when it comes to being ready for fights, I have equipment, my SP is pretty high up there. So I'm looking forward to it. Jeez. That's pretty cool. He got scared
Really,
there,
guys?
so you can see how he was kind of afraid there. He didn't move. Okay, let's get out of here. Looks like we can get kind of stun locked. There's another group coming behind us. I just want to get closer to the checkpoint, and then we can proceed with the video game. Well, proceed next time, because what I'm going to do is going to call it a video. So anyway, guys, I do greatly appreciate you guys taking the time to watch these videos. I know that some of these videos are long, and I do understand if you don't guys, and I do understand if you guys don't watch all of it. I get that. I understand too, but if you guys made it this far and if you like what you see, I will greatly appreciate it if you guys want to follow me. You know, you can follow me on here on YouTube. I also have a Twitter that's in the description box. You guys can check that out if you guys like seeing people post up their latest pickups, or I like to talk about trophies here and there. If I have, you know, new trophies or platinum or a trophy I just unlocked that took me a long time, I tend to post it there just so you guys have an idea what I'm doing during these days. Because besides playing video games, I also study. I also have a job, so I'm pretty busy during the week. I find time to do everything I can here. And this is one of the things I love to do, is just to sit down and talk about video games and play them. So guys, I'm probably gonna call it here. I know there's a battle up there, but I don't want to fight them. I do greatly appreciate it, and I'm gonna also post up the latest videos I have, so you can see one being a series on Judgment, which I already played and have completed, so you guys can check that if you haven't. And I will also just leave another video up here for you guys. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye now.